listening to episode 86 of Financial Confidence. You're listening to episode 86 of Financial Confidence. Hey. Welcome to Financial Confidence. I'm your host, Lynn Zemmers on WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. We're so excited that you're joining us for this show today. We have some great information for you, so go get your pen and your paper, or at least put your listening ears on so that you can get all the great information that you need. Our show today is the biggest mistakes people make with money. Our guiding principle for this show is Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Yes, we implore also, guys, that you pray over your finances so that you can do what you're called to do. That's to build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children. If you will, take a moment and bow with me. Commit this prayer to memory. Lord, help us to value things in this world that are really valuable. That's our relationship with you, our lives, and our families. Help make us responsible stewards of your financial resources, and let us trust your holy word. Your eternal glory in thy son Jesus, in his name we pray. Amen. All right, guys, I told you this would be a great one today, the biggest mistakes people make with money. And I'm going to start this conversation out today by asking you a simple question. Okay. So I'm going to start the show off with a question for you today. I'm going to offer you two things, and ultimately you have a decision to make, or you have a choice to make. So what if I offered you $1 million today, this month? Would you take that, or would you prefer to have a penny a day and double it for 31 days? Which one would you take? And the reason that I'm putting this question on the table, you may have seen this before or you've heard it before, but I'm putting this question on the table because ultimately your life, the life that you currently have, is a result of the choices that you've made, right? Your waistline, the size of your waistline today, is an accumulation of all those food choices that you've made over the years, whether you chose to eat healthy or not. It doesn't matter. Those choices are evident in your waistline. Or the intimacy in a relationship. What type of relationships do you have with your friends, with your family, with other loved ones? Those are ultimately based upon the choices that you have made on a day-to-day. Those small choices have added up over time. And what about your bank account? The choices, the results that show up in your life essentially are because of the choices that you receive. And what I wanted to share with you today to make sure that I clarify is that there is no simple, easy, secret way to get it done. At the end of the day, it's going to take hard work. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take you doing your due diligence in order to ensure that you are successful in every area, whatever the area is that you happen to be working on. Because this is Financial Confidence, and I am America's #1 financial rebound coach, we'll be talking about those money matters today. So those big financial mistakes that people make with their money. If we look at it over time, those small moment to moment choices, whether we're talking about your health or your bank account, they have compounding effects over time that at the end of the day, you have to understand and recognize that based upon those choices you made, these are the results that you now have. So when we look at that scenario I gave you back at the beginning, where you either take $1 million this month or you take a penny every day doubled for 31 days. See, when you look at it, if in 5 days, if you took the penny, you would have 16 cents. In 20 days, you would have $5,242. But at the end of 30 days, you would have over $5,368,709. And then guess what happens at day number 31? You now double that to over $10 million. So now in comparison, hindsight is 2020, right? In comparison, some people would have jumped on it immediately and say, yes, I would love that $1 million today so I can go ahead and get started investing. However, if you are slow and steady and methodical in your processes, taking every step you take, you're moving, right? You're essentially moving towards success or you're moving towards failure, depending upon the choices that you make. So I'm sharing all of that essentially to say, guys, that is inevitable that you need to, or you must, or it's imperative that you educate yourself around these things. And not only just educating yourself by reading and watching videos and getting financial coaches and listening to this podcast on a weekly basis every Thursday at 6 p.m., but it's also about you doing the work. See, it's not enough just to know things today. It's not enough just to have an understanding of things today. There are some things that you have to sincerely do, take action on, make a decision to do this thing consistently, because at the end of the day, guys, there are no secrets. There are no quick ways to get it done, because if there were, right, ultimately you would have figured it out by now. You would have taken that thing, you grabbed it by the horns, and you would have gotten it done by now. But the truth of the matter is, there are things that we must do, things that we need to do to ensure that we are on the right financial path. So here at Financial Confidence, we want to share with you 5 easy ways to take control of your personal finances, because we know that there are big money mistakes that people make. And you have to identify what your biggest money mistake is based upon the information that we're sharing today. But in order to overcome those, 9 times out of 10, I'll say the vast majority of people, if they would implement these 5 ways or these 5 strategies, that you would ultimately take control of your finances and do what most people won't do, right? Get ahead of the game and get organized so that you can take control of your next steps as far as your financial freedom, your financial legacy is concerned. So of these 5 easy ways, these are the things that I want you to make sure that you write down once you recognize and understand all of those decisions and things that you have to make. The first one is, we have to, guys, you must schedule a yearly goal, monthly goal, weekly goal, daily goals for you and your money. I call them yigs, migs, wigs, and digs, because one of the things ultimately at the end of the day is about making your money, keeping your money, and growing your money. So how do you now grow your money? You grow your money through the investing of your money. But you have to make your money first. You have to keep some of your money first before you can actually grow your money. So we begin with the end in mind, and not just by scheduling these goals, it does something different for us. And it's almost the end of the year, and we'll start thinking about New Year's resolutions and all those things that typically come with a new year, getting ready for 2020. But what I want to say to you today is not just to think of resolutions, but set actual goals for yourself that you are going to check in. What's your daily goal? Maybe the daily goal is going to be something simple as, okay, I am not going to buy, that Starbucks coffee today, right? Maybe it's something daily that you can do methodically that's going to allow you to be able to push to the next step so that you can utilize your funds in the best way possible. Have a weekly goal for you, a weekly money goal, essentially where you sit down with yourself and double check, go back through your bank accounts, your statements, your Excel spreadsheet, your budget that you wrote down on paper, however you do it, it doesn't matter. Old school, new school, you just got to get it done, right? So sit down on a weekly basis, give yourself 30 minutes just to check in to see how well you did on your financial journey. And it's okay if you didn't do as well as you planned to. What you now recognize is, what are those things that I did do well? And now what are the areas that I can improve upon? Now, then once you have that, you have your monthly goal for your household. What are those things as a household that you guys need to check in with each other on if you're not single? If you're single, then of course you're checking in with yourself. However, but if you're married, you have a spouse, you have children, you may even have others who are living in the home with you because they've also fallen on hard times. Make that time specific for you to sit down and talk about what are the goals? What are the goals that you have so that you can be intentional in ensuring that you're taking control of your personal finances as opposed to your money just having control of you. And of course, your yearly goal, you're going to check in on that just to make sure that did you hit the mark, right? Did you hit the mark that you intentionally set for yourself? And if you didn't, that's okay. Maybe you exceeded it, right? There are also opportunities to exceed your goals, and that just means you need to stretch it out a little bit more if you're exceeding those goals. But how do you know that unless you check? And I'll give you the old adage that we say over and over: what gets checked gets done. All right, the second thing, so you can stop making those big money mistakes, is just schedule time to intentionally learn about money topics. Because truth be told, there are so many things out there that most people do not know about money. Yeah, you'll say you know the surface level things, but truth be told, there are a variety of different topics that the majority of people don't even know about. And then on top of that, knowing it is only half the battle. When you go to the doctor, the amazing thing to me is there are so many doctors out there that'll tell you, you need to eat healthy, you need to make healthy lifestyle choices. 40% of doctors, though, are obese themselves. And they're sharing this type of information with us. So what does that say? Again, it's not enough just to know. It's what are you doing, right? So not only are you taking time to learn about these money topics, but now you're also scheduling time throughout your day, your week, your month, your year, however you set this up for you. Now make it realistic for you. Don't set something up that you know that you just simply cannot meet. Because you do need some quick wins. And you need some little tiny wins that are going to give you that momentum and that motivation to keep going. So ensuring that you're taking these easy steps, this will help you to control your finances. And in continuing with the conversation, number one thing, guys, that most people fail to do is to find a financial mentor. And in finding a financial mentor, it doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to go and knock on this person's door and ask them how much money they have in their bank account. That's the quickest way to get a door slammed in your face or someone to call 911. So we're not going to do that. But you can study people from abroad, from afar, shall I say. I have many mentors that I study their characteristics and I mimic those and I bring those into my daily living, my daily lifestyle, because those are qualities and characteristics that I like, right? And I ensure that I am setting myself on that same path or a similar path or trajectory as my mentor, because success leaves clues. And in looking at that, so I want you to start thinking, who is that financial mentor, that financial guru, that person that you would love to mimic, that you would love to be able to pull over some of those characteristics that you've identified or that you recognize or relate to that they're currently using, right? that ensure your success. See, this is how you get rid of, or you come out of, the biggest money mistakes that most people make. Once you have that financial mentor, they've already gone through, they've already left a path. There's already a trail of cookie crumbs or breadcrumbs that you can follow. You simply mimic those behaviors, those characteristics, those qualities, and you start to move in that direction as well. The fourth the fourth easy way to take control of your finances is to test the financial strategies that fit your life, because everything's not going to work for you. You won't be able to do everything. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but we have to recognize, understand, and realize that, you know what, this may not be for me. So in taking control of your personal finances, just to recap really quickly, you need to schedule those goals. You need a YIG, MIG, WIG, and a DIG. Your yearly investing goal, your monthly investing goal, your weekly investing goal, your daily investing goal. You also need to schedule time to be intentional and learn about money topics, because there is no one out there who knows everything. So it behooves us to continue to educate ourselves and to continue to use that education, because knowledge is potential power. It's not truly power until you actually utilize it, you apply it to actual opportunities in your life. And then finding that financial mentor, whether it's someone you know that's close by that you can talk to, call on the phone, or if it's someone you simply need to study, read their books, follow their blogs, go to their YouTube channels, listen to their podcast, Financial Confidence, on WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. Whatever the case may be, what works for you is what we highly suggest and recommend. And then, of course, test those strategies out in your life, because not everything works for everyone. And I would not be setting you up for success if I told you to do everything exactly the way that I do it, because my life is not your life. My financial situation is not your financial situation. So you have to be mindful of what really works for you. Be a realistic is the better choice of words there. Be realistic in the financial strategies that you implement in your life. And the fifth and easy way to take control of your personal finances, once you get set up, because I know a lot of people are not quite here yet, but you set it in your goals that you're working towards this step, and that's to hire a certified financial planner. Because as I stated earlier, everyone doesn't know everything. Chances are there are some things that you do not know about money that you need to learn more about. And a certified financial planner is someone that's gone through, they've tested, they've taken the classes, they're working in the field that can help you along the way, that can give you the financial information, that advice that you need. Because at the end of the day, even the wealthiest people on this earth know that they can't do it themselves. They surround themselves with teams, a team of people to support them in every area of their lives. Even the richest people have financial planners, have accountants. Even the richest people have health consultants. You cannot do it alone. So ensure that you're protecting yourself, setting yourself up for success, guys. I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it. We appreciate you so much for joining in to Financial Confidence on WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. If this information and any information we've shared with you has been invaluable, go over to WYTV7.org, leave a donation so that we can continue to help you to do what you're called to do. That's to build generational wealth and leave an inheritance for your children's children. We thank you so much for following us. Again, I'm Lynn Dimmons. That's Dimmons, no demons here, y'all. DEMMONS. We'll see you next week here on Financial Confidence, guys, where we keep talking about ways to make your money, keep your money, and grow your money.